First of all, I want to give all praises to Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, GMS. And salutations to the elect, the 1/3, you brothers out there who preaching the word truthfully and sincere on the four corners of the earth. Who servants of the Most High, Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi. And want to get into a lesson of I was watching some videos, of other cats, what I mean, they have an understanding or some knowledge of what's going on in the world and shit. But I was watching a video, man, and talking about the Colin Kaepernick situation, man, when he kneeled down to the national anthem. And the thing is, man, it gave me the spirit to come out with this lesson. And I'm gonna bring out a quick scripture, the book of Proverbs, chapter 24, verse 23. These things also being to the wise, it is not good to have respect of persons in judgment. And that's the lesson here, man. To not have respect of persons. Why? Because just because, let's say one man that is one individual that is a Jew, a Negro, a so-called Negro, a Israelite that's doing well, making millions, and this and that doesn't justify, or that you see a lot of Israelites out there that are doing good in this society, in this world, in this wicked ass nation, making money, doing this and doing that, doesn't justify the fact that the condition that our people are living in, man. You know what I mean? Just because one person or a majority of people or a minority of people are doing good doesn't mean that we're not living under the curses, man. Just because you'll see an Israelite that's in the government, in the FBI, or making millions, or famous, doesn't justify the condition that our people are in, man. And the reason why Colin Kaepernick kneeled down to the national anthem, the thing is, man, the national anthem is only one verse. That's a whole other part to the national anthem that they don't sing, man. That's just one verse, and in the national anthem, there's a third verse to it, man, and that third verse talks about hatred to slaves, man, to so-called Negroes, man, here in America, man. And that's the reason why we should not have respect of persons, man. Just because just because one person is doing well, or this or that third is doing well, doesn't justify the condition of the people, man, of a nation, man. The thing is that what this society does is they'll throw all this money at you just to make sure that you shut the fuck up, man, and do what you're supposed to do, man. Well, in other words, be a good nigga. That's pretty much what it is, man. We're paying you this much, do what you're supposed to do, man. You know what I mean? What Colin Kaepernick did was something that he felt that he needed to do, man, to represent his people, man. So you probably understand that just because you're making $20 million a year, making all this money, doesn't justify the fact that another Negro or Hispanic out there is working day to day, man, just to pay the rent, or being harassed or being killed by these cops out here, man, by the law enforcement, man. I'm gonna bring up another scripture, the book of Proverbs, chapter 28, verse 21. To have respect of person is not good, for a piece of bread that man will transgress. Now, if you're an individual that have the respect of person, well, yeah, man, the so-called white man did that throughout history, but this white guy I hang out with, man, this white guy that I talk to, man, he's pretty cool though, man. He's cool though, man. Just because that one individual white man is cool doesn't justify what the wickedness that the so-called white race did, man. It doesn't justify it, man. And that same person, man, might just stab you in the back, man, in the end. It also talks about friends. The scripture talks about friends. You may know somebody your whole life, and you still don't know them, man. That's the thing about it, man. You can't have respect of persons, man. The point is, the reason why we preach what we preach, man. We deal with things according to nation, man. Like the scripture in 2nd Ezra 6, it said Esau is the end of the world and Jacob is the beginning of follow it. It's not talking about one person. It's talking about a whole nation. A whole nation of Edomites and a whole nation of Israelites, man. I'm going to bring another scripture, Romans chapter 2, verse 11. For there is no respect of person with Yahawah. Even Most High don't deal with respect of persons, man. He deal with according to nation, man. He judge the nations, man. He judge according to the nation, man. To what the nation did, man. For us, for our sake, we're in captivity right now. Why? Because our forefathers committed wickedness, man. Transgressed, committed fornication against Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, man. Committed all these sins. Transgressed the laws. This is the reason why we're in captivity right now, man. There's no respect of person with Yahawah, man. And that's why Esau is ruling over us, man. Because of what we did, man, as a nation, as a whole. And also it doesn't, again, going back to the curses, it doesn't justify the curses, man. Just because one Israelite doing well, he's making millions of dollars, or for someone lower, like having a good job, lives in the suburbs, so forth and so forth, doesn't justify the condition of his people, man. I'm going to bring another scripture real quick. The book of Colossians chapter 3 verse 25. But he that do wrong shall receive for the wrong which he had done. And there is no respect of persons. So if an individual commit a sin, yeah, everyone is accounted for their own sin. But, you know what I mean? And everybody's going to receive according to their deeds, man. Going to receive according to their deeds. We're going to receive their punishment according to their judgment. And this is the punishment of us. The whole is slavery for us. Why? Because we transgressed the laws. Our forefathers transgressed the laws. We did not follow the ways of the Most High, Bahasham, Yahawashi. This is why we're in this condition as a whole. There's never been a respect of persons, man. And now, the wickedness that Esau did throughout history, the rape, the genocide, the murder, the stolen land, the bloodshed, the slavery that built America the way it is, they're going to get punished for it. Why? Because the Lord don't respect persons, man. For what they did, they're going to go into captivity under us, man. The whole nation of Edomites is going to captivity, and after that they're gonna be exterminated. So that so-called white man that you probably hang out at work, just to be like, hey, what's up, how you doing, blah blah blah. It may be a good person, you may be an Israelite, you know what I mean, from under the confusion of faces, so forth. But all said and done, the Edomites, so-called white man, which is the so-called white man, and there's facts that proving that the whole nation is going into captivity. Doesn't matter what they did in this life, man, or in this world. I'm bring another scripture out real quick, and I believe this is gonna be the last scripture. This is going to be the last scripture I'm going to pull out. The book of James, chapter 2, verse 9. But if ye have respect of person, ye commit sin. So to have respect of person is you're transgressing the law, because in the law there is a law against respect of person. And you know what? I'm going to pull that out right now, real quick. The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 1, verse 17. Ye shall not respect a person in judgment, but ye shall hear the small as well as the great. Ye shall not be afraid of the face of man, for the judgment is Yahawah. And the cause that is too hard for you, bring it unto me, and I will hear it. You should not have respect of persons, man. That's against the law, man. And if you do, you're committing sin. You gotta judge according to their deeds, man. And as also said, do not fear a man's face. The scripture in the New Testament, I believe, said, do not fear the body. Do not fear the man or the body, man. Or kill the body, or to kill the body, but fear the one who killed the body and the spirit, man. You gotta fear the Most High, Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi. You can't fear men. That if you fear men, that lies under respect of persons. So you gotta stop having respect of person. Hey, yeah, man. Like I said, you may know some Edomite at work that's pretty cool, pretty chill. You know what I'm saying? Or you may have a worldly friend that is an Israelite but not in the truth, and seem cool, like someone you can hang out with. But doesn't justify that, yo, they're gonna receive their judgment in the end, man. There is no respect of persons. The Edomite, so-called white man, is going under slavery. They got paid back for everything that they did throughout history. There's no changing that. That's prophecy, and they owed us. They owe us that, man. They really owe us that, man. There's nothing that they can do in this world to justify for what they did, man. Only Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi can set things straight, man. And after that, they're going to be exterminated. There's nothing they can do about it. There's nothing that they can do about it. The Most High is not going to change his mind. Prophecy's got to be fulfilled. Understand? And another thing, man. So like I said back before, to have respect of persons. I mean, this individual that I listen to a lot, he says, no man can rise higher than the condition of his people, man. So no matter how good one Israelite might be doing in this world, doesn't mean that we're not under the curses. Doesn't mean that we're not the Israelites. Doesn't mean this and that, the third, man. So with that, man, I hope y'all were edified. And again, I want to say all praises to the Most High, Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi. Double honors to the apostles and elders, great millstone, who taught us this truth. And salutation to the elect, 144,000, man, 12,000 of each tribe. And with that, I say, Shalom.